Way back in 2009, Rolls-Royce introduced the first ever Goodwood Ghost. It was, to Rolls-Royce, a mid-size sedan, what most auto manufacturers would call a full-size sedan. That car was targeted at a younger buyer who was more interested in driving than being driven. Over its 10-year life cycle, the Ghost was the highest-selling Rolls-Royce car of all time. You don't mess with a good thing. So for 2021, Rolls-Royce introduced the second Goodwood Ghost, which we have for you today. And this is it. So we're gonna take this thing out on the road, we're gonna put it through its paces and share it with you. We're gonna do that today. Today!
Paul, can you open the trunk? Thank you.
So what do you think of that V12? It's a twin turbo V12.
It's very nice.
It's smooth, generates a lot of heat.
563 horsepower, 627 pound-feet of torque. And that torque is available at 1,600 RPM.
That's a lot of power.
Turn here.
Yep.
This steering wheel is huge,
Yes,
by the way.
Typical Rolls-Royce. So you guys hungry?
No,
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah, I could eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hungry. I think we should get some
Yeah,
lunch.
let's get some food.
Okay. Since we're up in Wisconsin, let's do a Culver's lunch.
Sounds good to me. Culver's.
I need a moment, please.
Chris, what do you want?
I want a Big Mac.
Dude, they don't do that here.
All right, fine. Give me a double Whopper.
This is Culver's. They don't.
All right.
they
Well,
don't
what
do
about
that.
a Dave's Double Classic?
Could you just pull forward and let me order, please? No, bring it back. I'm right here. It's right.
Sorry.
Okay, stop. There we go. Could we do some broccoli cheese soup, and then let's try that flavor of the day in a cup.
Will that complete your order then?
Yes, it does. Great. Thank you so much. You can eat later.
You're so unprofessional.
Shut up. You're unprofessional.
Hi. You know, you're supposed to be a good driver. That's why you're in the driver's seat.
I am a good driver.
Yeah, we'll find out. Oh, yeah. Nothing like a good cup of soup on a cold day, gentlemen.
Wouldn't know. So
the picnic tables are not a standard option on the Rolls-Royce. This is actually about a $5,000 option if you want these fancy picnic tables. And then you can do them with a theater. So there's a screen that pops up here, and you can watch your videos and TV, all that sort of fun stuff. Hi.
Hey, is that a Rolls-Royce?
Yeah, this is the new 2021 Ghost.
Well, would you happen to have some Grey Poupon?
Get him, guys! Great Poupon.
What? I got your Grey Poupon! What you got?
Guys, I got soup here. Hold on a second. Wait, this is a nice car. This is a nice car. This is hot soup. Yes, please. I mean, drive like a gentleman. So, if you, pop the screen open here, then you can control the media, and you can change some settings in the vehicle from back seat, which is really kind of cool. You can change the seat and armrest heating, system settings, headphones, and all that sort of stuff. So that's great. And then you gotta.
Sorry about that.
Hard to find good help these days.
It really is.
I'm trying to eat some soup here. What is wrong with you? I got lunch here!
Paul! Is everything all right back there, ma'am?
Yeah, everything's great, Chris. Everything's great. I mean, you could drive like a gentleman. This is a Rolls-Royce, not a
But
sports car.
She wants to go faster.
okay, will do.
Such a lovely day for a drive.
And it's so smooth.
It really is.
The folks at Rolls-Royce, gentlemen, say that the Ghost is more often than not a car for the driver instead of being driven. And I kind of feel like I would maybe want to have my hand behind the wheel. Let's just pull on over up here. I'll do a little walk around, and maybe I'll have a little turn behind the wheel. How does that sound?
I don't like that idea, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate the help, but we'll get back in here, of course, after we do the walk around. This will be a road right there.
Okay, ma'am. Now where? Right or left?
Why don't you just go ahead and go right here, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's do a little walk around starting here at the front. So, thank you. The old Ghost had a big sort of shield up here in the front with a flat line that ran across the top for this whole front grille. And that's where the Spirit of Ecstasy used to go into. Now you'll notice this hood runs all the way down to this grille, and she has her own little island where she goes down and disappears like magic. Now bear in mind, this is an aluminum hood, so the tolerances that have to be adhered to make that happen are phenomenal. Speaking of this grille, there are 20 LED lights inside here that cast a glow through this front grille. What's interesting is when they first did that, this was too bright. So now when they install these vanes, they actually kind of buff down the back side of them to soften that glow. Under this hood, of course, is the venerable 6.75 liter twin turbo V12. And in Ghost guys, that's good for 563 horsepower and 627 pound-feet of torque. New Ghost also rides on Rolls-Royce exclusive space frame aluminum chassis. And it's sort of a modular platform that can be extended or widened or shortened and lengthened, whatever. So New Ghost is longer, wider, and lower than Old Ghost. Speaking of aluminum, check this line out right here. The sweep of this line, you'll notice that there isn't a single cut line. Along that entire form. When this body comes down the assembly line, there are 4 welders that work at the same time to make sure that that whole piece is done perfectly. That's pretty amazing. And of course, like every Rolls-Royce, you've got balanced center hubcaps on the wheels. So when you're cruising down the road, that logo always sits upright. And of course, back here on the taillights, this is a signature mark for Rolls-Royce now. These sort of stand alone all by themselves on a little island taillight. This is very recognizable from a distance, and you guys know this is a Rolls-Royce. Hey, Paul.
Yeah.
My turn behind the wheel.
No.
No, I got to go behind the wheel.
No.
Paul, get out. It's my turn.
I thought you were only going to record from the waist up.
Oh my God. Just get out of the way. Crying out loud. Hi.
Wait, is she leaving?
I hope not. Hey, Jen.
Hey, wait!
They'll be fine walking home, right?
Well, that's uncool. Let's call an Uber. Got your phone?
I left it in the car.
Yeah, me too.
I guess now that I got rid of those two stooges, I can actually review this car. This car does not suck. So Rolls-Royce has always been known as having sort of a magic carpet ride. In fact, they call it the magic carpet ride. So how do you make something ride so smooth and comfortable? Typically, you make a car really heavy and really long and wide. At 5,638 pounds, it is no lightweight. Over a development time of 5 years, the engineers at Rolls-Royce worked on something they call the planar suspension. What that is a wishbone damper on top of the regular damper. It's suspension for the suspension. Now there's air suspension as well, and like a 5-arm multi-link on the rear. You can actually push a little button down here to raise the Ghost up or to lower the Ghost back down. But to get that magic carpet ride, suspension on the suspension, dampers on the dampers, and it works. Here's the thing, it doesn't numb the driving experience. Like, the car still handles, as evidenced by my time with the world's worst chauffeur. And to be able to toss a 5,600 pound car through corners like that, that's really saying something. But it's not just the suspension. You've got, for the first time, all-wheel drive. All-wheel drive doesn't mean anything if you have the wrong tires. Unfortunately, I have snow tires on this car. But to handle like we did on snow tires, even better. The other trick up the Ghost's sleeve is all-wheel steering. Not unheard of, not a new technology, but to put it in a car this long, smart. All of those things combined make a pretty interesting driving experience. And by interesting, I mean good. And that is a great thing because, according to the folks at Rolls-Royce, people who buy the Ghost are more apt to drive themselves than to be chauffeured. I can see why. So, to get that magic carpet ride, you've got this planar suspension. That's not all. You've also got what Rolls-Royce calls flag bearer. There are cameras up above the mirror right here that are reading the road ahead, looking for imperfections in the road to preset the suspension to absorb that pothole or that railroad track or whatever might be lying in your way to smooth things out. On top of planar and flag bearer is what Rolls-Royce calls SAT, satellite aided transmission. They've had this around since 2013, but it's not often talked about. So while you're driving, your Rolls-Royce is following GPS and looking at where you're going. Are you going to be going up a hill, down a hill? Are you turning like I am right now? And it will plan ahead what it's going to do for the transmission to give you the right gear for what you're going to be doing. All I can say is, in our couple of days with New Ghost, I've not very often been left in the wrong gear. So, SAT seems to work, planar definitely works, and flag bearer seems to work because all of those things combined mean that I have probably the most comfortable, luxurious, yet manageable and well-controlled ride I've ever experienced in any car I have ever driven in my life. With New Ghost, Rolls-Royce has what they call post-opulence. Sounds like marketing speak, right? What does that mean? So instead of having all sorts of cross-stitching and patterns and, diamond woven seats and things like that, there's a single stitch line that runs across the entire dash. There's a single piece of wood here that's left in its natural state. Same for the dash. It's just wood in its natural state. It's only interrupted by these vents or this huge volume knob, which is awesome, by the way. And the vents, if you move them, have serious weight to it. But the vents are metal. The push-pulls are metal. They're not plastic. So it's natural materials used in the best way possible. And it's not meant to be showy. Even the tracks, the rails that these seats move on are polished metal. Normally, if you look under the seat of a car, you got some ugly metal thing that's just there and it's kind of greasy and everything else. No, not in the Rolls-Royce Ghost, my friend. That's post-opulence. And then you've got the illuminated fascia, which took like 10,000 man-hours and 2 years of development to get just right. There are 152 LED lights behind this little fascia in a space this big, putting out 850 stars. And those lights shine through these layers that are hole punched so that when you kind of pass over it, the stars twinkle. And the funny thing is, when you turn the car off, it disappears. Rolls-Royce doesn't want you to see that flourish unless the car is actually running, just like the stars in the headliner. But as a car, it just works too. You've got this big boat steering wheel, and it's thin rim, and it's heated, and your seat is heated. Oh, and massaged. I had a little button down here. Oh, thank you, Ghost. Thank you very much. Ooh, nothing like heat and a little massage on your back after a long day. Then there's the typical Rolls-Royce HVAC system with these little knobbies here. You don't say, I want the cabin temperature set to 70 degrees, because really, what is 70 degrees in the car? Rolls-Royce doesn't care about numbers. So you have these lovely little dials here. And on my upper body, I want it a little warmer. So you just spin the top dial, make it a little more red, a little warmer. And the great thing is, in Ghost, you have that for the back seats as well. So the back seats move almost as much as the front seats. And of course, there's the flip down armrest in here. We've got an upgraded back seat package in this car. So there is still a nod to those who want to be chauffeured. What you can't do from the back is that. 4.6 seconds to 60 in a 5,600 pound behemoth. Not bad, Rolls-Royce. Not bad. All of that torque, all 627 pound-feet of it, is available as low as 1,600 RPM. But do I have a tachometer? No, I do not. I have my power reserve indicator. Power reserve. How much do you have left? Cool. There's lane keep assist and blind spot monitoring and all of those sorts of things in here. This is the most technologically advanced Rolls-Royce ever. And the funny thing is, when you drift over, it doesn't shake the wheel or like jerk you back over. It just gently vibrates the wheel. Like, pardon me, ma'am, you're drifting. You might want to pay attention to the road. Everything about this car is so above and beyond. It's just a different level of vehicle. Is it worth the price of admission? I mean, what price do you put on all of this wonderment? If you want something that is comfortable, quiet, and it's not unnervingly quiet. In fact, during development, the running chassis were unnervingly quiet. They were so quiet that the engineers at Rolls-Royce had to remove some sound dampening material. And even so, there's still 100 kilograms of sound damping material in here. It is quiet, but you do still hear some road noise. It's not like you're in a vault. But you can whisper and talk to people in the back by whispering. Speaking of the back, I do like it back there. Okay, so I've got the window sticker here. Before I do that, let me talk to you about this sound system. This starts with, I was talking about how the car is so quiet and they had to build some noise back in. New Ghost incorporates a resonance chamber into the body's sill section. In essence, this transforms the motor car into a subwoofer. Exciter speakers were used alongside more conventional cone-type speakers. These units are bonded to the surface of an object, imparting vibration from the exciter's moving mass directly into it. In the case of New Ghost, the Starlight headliner, in effect transforming the motor car's ceiling into a large speaker. So down here by the sill, subwoofer, speaker. You're driving in a speaker. Okay. We're at the price of admission. What is the price of admission? The MSRP of a new Rolls-Royce Ghost is $332,500. Then there's the Ghost package, which is $31,125. That includes these awesome lamb's wool floor mats, the rear theater configuration with our fancy picnic tables and pop-out screens. So there's a bunch of other options on here. I could bore you. But $440,225. That is the price of this Ghost that we are sitting in and been driving for the last day and a half. Is it worth the price of admission? That's a really tough question. There's so much development that went into this car to make it as unique and as special as it is. Personally, I feel that MSRP base starting price is justified. If you spent all the time developing the audio system to make the sills and the body a subwoofer and this a speaker, that should just be standard. Seats like this should also be standard, in my opinion. Other than that, break out the checkbook, baby. This thing is amazing. Just please don't put Paul behind the wheel again.
It's a nice car.
Very nice.
Very nice car.
$440,000. It better be nice.
Yeah. At least we got the umbrella.
That's true. We'll keep it as a memento.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate you guys watching. I want to thank Paul, our chauffeur, and Chris, the worst valet in God's green earth, for helping out come up for this video. Sons of Speed right here. Really appreciate these guys. Make sure you like and subscribe for all things We Are Motor Driven, including Sons of Speed, Auto Exotica, The Median, and Rides and Drives. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much.